Hi guys, and thank you guys for tuning into my video. It's Thelightchrissy here, and I'm here to give you a reading for what's going to happen with your finances in the next 90 days, okay? So go ahead and click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and then concentrate on one of these piles right here, either pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Keep in mind that all readings can't possibly fit for every person, but please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't, okay? Also, I'm available for personal readings, and that information will be down below as well. So go ahead and select one of these piles, and I'll be right back with your reading. All right, group 1. So if you pick this crystal, then this particular reading is for you. Now, keep in mind that this is timeless, so it doesn't matter when you're finding this. It's always going to be the perfect time for the reading with you, okay? So with you, the first card we have is action, okay? So it's going to be a time, this next 90 days for you are going to be a time of a lot of movement, a lot of things changing quickly. We're going to hold on to these cards. You have God is your source. We have release resentments about money, okay? And then we have the 3 of Cups here, which will be the challenges here. We have what things are working in your favor right here. And then we have the conclusion here. Okay, so I see what what's working in your favor, the 4 of Cups, is you're absolutely not taking no for an answer. So that's very, 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 very good, especially with the action here. Taking action with that 4 right there, laying down a foundation. You're putting your foot down to things that you no longer want, things that you do want, and you're kind of opening your energy up to only having things come in the way that you want them to come in. So congratulations for not taking no for an answer and for standing up for yourself and sticking up for yourself, okay? I do see the challenge being maybe you having to distance yourself from maybe friends or maybe people who kind of have a negative way of thinking or who don't kind of like believe in the things that you want or that you aspire to be or you aspire to have. So this is where you're hanging with those friends and you're like, hey, I was thinking about this business, starting this business, and they're laughing at it. Or you're telling family members and then they're kind of like poking fun at it, telling you that things will never work, that you'll never be anybody, that nobody's going to believe what you're talking about, you know, any of that kind of stuff right there. This is I definitely see those people here, but I definitely see you kind of rising above and taking action with that, with the action card here. This is the word of advice to you guys to not stop moving. Keep on going, do not stop. And at the conclusion, we have the Knight of Wands. So by the end of these 90 days, you're definitely riding through victoriously, fiercely. You're on go. You're standing in your power, okay? There is going to be a little bit of no pouting. So that's the word. No, that for you, group 1, no pouting. When things don't go the way that you don't want them to go, know that there is a reasoning behind that. You're not going to be able to do it all on your own, even if it looks like you can on paper. It's just some things that Spirit has to kind of collaborate with you on, with the 3 right here, to be able to bring a more sturdy foundation with that 4, with those 4 little lines right there, okay? It says God is your source. So when these moments do come along in this journey to where you seem like you're kind of like pushing a lot of weight or you're kind of doing things that are a little bit heavier, these are times that are meant to remind you that God is your source. And it can't be done alone. The universe has things that it can handle for you, but it needs you to kind of take a back seat sometimes for it to, you know, to be able to do that. And also when I see the action, you know, so much of action we think is like do. Well, there is an action to resting. There is an action to making yourself not do. That's work to go against what you naturally feel inclined to do. So don't think that when you're not moving in the direction of the goal, because you're going to be very much so moving in a direction, don't think that if you can't see it if it's not within sight, that it's not there, okay? Get into this space to where you feel like it's not going to happen, where you start to kind of believe the things that people tell you. Like wherever you get to that space to where you start to believe what everyone is telling you, it's time to check in with Spirit. It's time to check in with Source to get back reacquainted with that magic in your life, with that star that's lighting your life, with the thing that's guiding you, with your angels, you know, with your docile side. You know, it's time to get back in touch with your spirit self, the purity, like get back in touch with that when the world gets a little bit crazy on the outside, okay? It says everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So this is kind of something that you needed to be able to get in mind. I feel like for some of you in the next 90 days, starting off in that first 30, I feel like you're going to kind of be a little bit kind of watching what others are doing or trying to keep up with what everyone is doing. But I think as the time progresses, you kind of start to lose interest in those things that are that everyone else is doing. You start to kind of focus on going on in your own path. I would also say that that there is a need for you to pay attention to everything around you. There could be some money somewhere in a place where you're not expecting it to come from or looking for it to come from. I see that happening around the 60th day. So, you know, 60 days in the middle, in the thick of it, there may be this opportunity that comes for money, or there may be some money that is kind of hidden a little bit away, that it may take some action, some movement to actually get. Okay. So be on the lookout for things like that. It could be something that you're owed from a group of people. Or it could be as simple as you forgot that someone owes you money and you kind of need the money. So if you remember it, you can be able to ask for it back, you know, because I think that it's something that you completely or totally forgot about. Maybe you were like busy when the person asked or something like that, and you just kind of didn't pay attention to what you gave to the person. But also too, this is saying release the resentment about money too. So this is where we have to let go of the energy that we don't deserve. Those are these things. Whenever people tell us that we're not good enough, that we're inadequate, we create these like songs or tapes in our minds that tell us that that make us feel that make us forget all of this, forget the money, forget the this, forget the that. Well, once you start to store those things inside of yourself, then the universe starts to respond to the things that you've embedded within yourself. So this is where you don't get mad at the video game because you didn't beat the level, or because you didn't win the fight or the round that you wanted to win. It doesn't mean that anything is wrong with the video game. It's just that you just have to play it in a different kind of way to get the result that you want, which is exactly what is kind of going on here. But I see you doing it. I definitely see you taking the reins, you moving forward in the direction, fast pace. Okay, definitely the action. These 90 days for you are going to be movement. You're going to want to relax and celebrate and things like that. But ultimately, I believe that if you want to get over this phase or this hump in your life, that you're going to have to take action. And sometimes it may be some things that you have to do on your own that other people aren't going to necessarily understand. So don't lose your confidence whenever someone doesn't get whatever it is that you are doing or that you're trying to bring in. Let's just clarify a little bit. We're going to clarify the three of cups here. All right. You got the 5 of swords and the 9 of cups there. Yeah. What about the 4 of cups? Okay. You got the 5 of pentacles. Yeah. This is that, the 5 of pentacles right there. We're going to clarify the Knight of Wands. All right, the Knight of Wands. Yep, that's that change. The change coming through, seeing things in a different perspective. Yeah, by the end of these, the Hangman. By the end of the 90 days that you're watching this from, you are definitely in a completely different place because you have the the Hangman. So this is definitely like a changed perspective. After a long time of like waiting and pausing, you're finally back into action. And I think that something happens in here where you're like, this is completely it. Like, this is the final straw. If nobody's going to help me here, I'm going to do it on my own. And I think with that shift, you kind of open, it's like spirit is like, aha, finally this person gets it. Okay, all the rain can go away, and now the sun can come out and bring this rose back to life, because he or she finally gets it. Okay. In the Three of Cups, we have the Five of Swords and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So with these both right here, this is just where you have to very, very much so be careful of how you have to look at your dreams, look at your wishes, and see, are you working that job that you want to work, or do you think that you can't because someone told you that you don't have the qualifications for that position, or you will never do this, or if you're a girl, you can't do this, if you're a guy, you can't do this, if you're gay, you can't do this, if you're, big, you can't do this. This is where we have really let those things sink in some type of way. It's blocking the opportunity that's kind of made for us, because you subscribe to everyone else's goals or dreams of what they think about money. And this is where we have to release the resentment about money, because this didn't come from you. It comes from someone else. Someone else put that on you because of the way that they felt. And it just got undealt with. Like the same way you're dealing with it, the same way they dealt with it, but they never fixed it, so they passed it on. So I'm helping you so that you can kill that, and you don't have to send that to anyone else. It's like turning down that type of energy, The one of lack with the Five of Pentacles is all about that lack mentality. It's all about thinking I have not, I'm without. And since that is what you proclaim, that is what energetically matches you. And this is what this was saying right here. I thought it said something about lack. It was like, okay, yeah, it said, in God, there is no lack or limitation, okay? Rather, there is plenty of abundance. So this is where you have to decide on what type of way or wave you want to live on, because if you're going to be in the one where God is source, then you don't walk around like you're without, and you get up and you move like the thing that you want is going to be there at the other side. Okay, so that's what I have there. You can wish for whatever you want to wish for, but you also have to fight for it as well. Okay, so this is where just know that it's not just sitting on your hiney and just like letting things just come into you, because there's something about you not putting your hands in it that always makes it to where it's not what you want unless you put your hands on it. You can't sit there with your arms crossed and then not be involved and then complain about the way that it turns out. And that's just kind of like what it is. It's saying like take the initiative to see that, hey, you can have whatever you want to have, but to make it fit you the way that you want it to fit you, you have to get out there and get your hands a little bit dirty, which is why action is the word, from the, this is a spiritual tool or oracle. Is it that? It's the Fuzzy Prism Oracle. I'm sorry. That's the name of the deck. This is it's some like type of weird name. I'll be messing it up. So yeah, this is definitely taking action. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like some of you may have like a small win with with gambling, maybe in the first 30 days. Like I feel like a lotto ticket or like a raffle or something like that. That there's some type of luck that kind of comes in from that. And then this, I just want to make sure that I do touch on this. It says, yes, the money system of the world can seem upsetting, but holding resentment about finances just pushes your abundance away. Instead, see money as a tool you can use to better the world, and this will help you shift. This will help you attract support. This shift will help you attract support and golden opportunities. So this is where we're in that mindset that I was talking about. You can't hold on to these concepts that you don't deserve money, you're not going to get it, and all of that kind of stuff, and think that it's just gonna like magically appear out. Like you have to do the work that you have to do to be able to bring that about. And that's energetic work. It's not just like just sitting there waiting on it to come in and with your arms folded, right there like that. It requires you to be a little bit more hands-on. So you kind of just have to play by the rules, Let's see. The unicorn's advice for the next 90 days. Partnership. Whenever I get partnership, this is always to me, of course, it can be that you could be running into someone that could be very helpful in this time, but still with that, you're going to have to get out there to be able to get them. I think that for some of you, you guys have kind of been, hoping for maybe a partnership in a business aspect or something like that, or this is just cooperation between like an organization and you. But I think that you're wanting something to kind of see you, or finally let you in, or something like that. Or you may be kind of doing that as well. I would just say just for that particular situation, question why you need it so much. Like if you can do the run the business by yourself, why do you need a partner or something like that? I kind of feel like that for some of you. For others, I feel like you're going to be able to find that even I'm looking at this, how this is split in two, that that you can get twice as much work done in half the time if you work with other people. Yeah, because this is kind of like under here as well. So don't refuse help if it's offered or anything like that. It says teamwork will give you a better result. Find trustworthy people to partner with. Build up your talented support team. So totally, I just feel like there may be a partnership or someone who steps in to help you. It could be a fire sign with the Knight of Wands here. Or what else we got? Yeah, that's all I see for signs. But what I was going to say about this card, definitely just make sure that you're doing your due diligence on checking up on them, whoever you're allowing in. You're not just accepting the first thing that people offer to you because you're so quick to want to make things change. Still, you have wiggle room to be able to do a little bit more than what you think. So don't feel forced or pressured to just kind of like jump into action or into deals or into partnerships that don't really serve you. Share your voice, persecution and expression. Yeah, I think even with that being said, just going back to that, making sure that you are not like sitting in the dark. This is that stepping out and taking more control, like that darkness. Step out of the slumber kind of thing that you've been in as it pertains to your finances and money. It's going to take for you to actually kind of like get yourself out there, like get your hands dirty. I keep thinking that's the theme, get your hands dirty. But expressing whenever you're not getting things back fairly in your life, especially as it pertains to money. So this is like jobs and career and things like that, making sure that you are not accepting anything less than what it is that you deserve. That's kind of what I opened this up with, and it's still kind of what I feel. That's the thing that's in your favor, being able to stand up for yourself by whatever means. Maybe sometimes it's just being silent and giving the silent treatment rather than arguing, but just go with whatever feels right with the Knight of Wands, okay? But you have that, and then don't dim to fit in, which of course is still the theme of what I was saying here with these friends. Don't, somewhere in the middle of this 90 days, you have had it with trying to keep up with them, and this is definitely right here to kind of like tell you that it's like this person is waking up. And it's kind of like I see that, like kind of like from this person kind of gets up and something like sprouts you into action. I think you just kind of get over feeling like you're having to do everything by yourself or taking on everything by yourself, and it causes like this kind of shift. It says, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? And I think that's exactly what that is. Comparing your goals and your dreams next to someone else's, and when they don't respect it the same way that you want them to, or they don't appreciate it the same way that you appreciate it, then all of a sudden it becomes a thing of you not believing in anything anymore. So that is definitely what we are going through, group one. Remember, don't please express yourself. Don't dim yourself to fit in, to be able to get what you deserve. Take action. You could be having some type of luck with lottery or something in the first little part of this. You could be overlooking some money towards the center and towards the end. There's going to be a need to kind of take care of, close out some financial things that may have, while you've kind of been in this last little cycle of life, that may have been, need to be taken care of towards the end, okay? So just don't, it may be like something like a bill is doing. You're like, I'm not paying that because of this and this and this and that and this, and don't go into it like that. Kind of just kind of see what's the best route for you to be able to take care of that, okay? All right, so that's what I have for you, group one. Please like, comment below, subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Let me know what's going on, and also I'm available for personal readings, and information is down below. Thanks. Hey, group two. Thilightchrissy here, and I'm here to give you your reading for the next 90 days, your finances. Okay, so what's going to be going on with your money? And I just want to tell you, if you picked this crystal, this is one of my favorite crystals. It's called Icelandic spar. It's so cool. It can do this kind of like thing where it can kind of see through you can see through this. Don't ask me what this crystal's about. I've been so horrible with remembering what they are, what they do. I just kind of have started to fall into, well, I like this one and I like that one. I know what a few do, but I just kind of hold them with me because of the way that they make me feel. So I kind of made my own language with them a little bit. But anyway, that's enough about this. Let's get into it. I think that you guys are going to be able to see something very, very clearly, because this is always that stone that kind of gives me a little bit of clarity. Okay, so we're going to start off with that and see what we got. The universe. What did I say? This is going to give us that kind of that one up. This is that understanding. I think for you in the next 90 days with money, you're definitely understanding how some systems work. This is definitely when you're coming into that knowledge about saving and how you can get to the next level, and getting out of that programming that makes you kind of live in this loop that you work 9 to 5 and you only get a little, and you do a lot to get a little. So I think that you're kind of like you're over it. I think that you're coming into some knowledge. You're seeing a window of opportunity here coming in these next 90 days. Let's see what else we got here. I'm going to pull what we have first. Our challenges at this time. A Fool in reverse. What is helping us out right now? The Nine of Swords. And what the outcome is. That's a good ass outcome. I just had to cuss for that because that's a good one. Employment change. Boom. Totally lining up right there. Have I been saying them? Did I say 9? I should have said 9. 9 of Pentacles. Is this 8? 4, 5, 6. I always mess the number up. I can't, because this looks like 5. I want to say this is 5, but it's 6, and that always throws me off. But anyway, 9 right there. Organize for success. Okay. For group 2. So what I have, right, I'll start off with what I have in the supporting thing. The thing is, with the universe and with it being the 9 of Swords here, you know too much to not do the right thing. And I think that that is the gift and the curse at this time, because 9 of Swords, of course, you're seeing this, you're kind of like seeing it this way. It doesn't look very, very great. This is staying up late at night. This is really, really, really where you are kind of like stuck in a little mental fog, like something kind of fried your circuits. I kind of did something like that, like gave you too much voltage, because I kind of feel like you kind of stirred up. And I think that looking at this, when you come into this kind of knowledge, when you start to see the world in this kind of way, everything kind of changes, okay? And it puts you in like this little endless loop of trying to figure everything out. But you'll never come to the end of it, which that's what the purpose of life is to see that it's ever changing and it's never ending, okay? Never ending. And I think that kind of has you in this place of not really knowing how to move, because what you have here in the challenge thing is this Fool card in reverse, not really taking the chance. They're not really taking the opportunity or whatever. You freaked out because when you're the Fool, it's like, no, I don't want to jump in the water. I don't want the water. I want the water. But it's like, you've already kind of been initiated into, this process, okay? So you kind of have to jump in. And for some of you, I feel like what it is this is like this great idea that you have, or that you have in this time, or that you've been having, but finally you're getting the missing pieces to understanding it. And it's like, now that you know it, you have to act on it. Now it's time for you to act on it. You have no excuse. And I think it's not that I'm saying it. I think that you know that. That's kind of why you're just kind of staying there like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? It's just not, it's not even the fear that it won't be great or good. It's the fear that it actually will, that it's the fear that you know it will be. And that is why you're kind of like not really taking those opportunities. And, you know, to get out here, because this is the outcome. The outcome is the Nine of Pentacles. This is one of the best cards you can have for like financial success, business success, money success. I definitely see in that last 30 days, you're kind of definitely feeling yourself. This is also too, I would tell you, for you guys with money in the next 90 days, do invest in clothes. If you feel like, I feel like for some of you, you may kind of want like a do-over, like a makeover, like just a new wardrobe, some fresh things, but do it towards the end of the do it towards the end of the 90 days, because I feel like you're going to want things that match your energy towards the end, not where you are right now. So right now, I think that that you're not going to make very, very sound decisions. They're all going to be they're going to be too thought out. And I think by the time you get to the end of those 90 days, you're a little bit more settled in your energy. So it's not really about what you're thinking. It's more about how you feel. So don't make big investments based on how your state of mind right now. You want to make those investments from a universal, you know, like making sure that it's in the best interest of all parts of yourself. Okay. That kind of thing right there. But this is where the advice to you for this next 90 days is don't overcomplicate things. Do not overcomplicate things. Do not have anxiety when you're talking about your finances and your money. It's not going to scare you. This is like where you have that fear of like, I'm not going to check my account because this and this and that. No, you're going to check your account so you can know, so you don't have to, so you can just let the sword kind of poke one time and not just sit there and be an endless thing. That's what I always see. Like somebody pointed that out to me before. This is so cool because it's always pointless. The other sword cards, you have swords, points of them, but this one you particularly don't. And these are where we put ourselves in these little mental loops. Play mind games on ourselves that is kind of pointless, and we can't really find our way out once we put ourselves in. So don't put the sword on the wall at the end of the night. Make sure that you address every sword. This is where you are looking at your finances. You're paying attention. You're doing the tough stuff. You're talking about your credit. You're repairing things. You're talking about plans. You're calling to find out how much you owe on something and how you can make accounts back right. Okay, this is where you're looking at stuff in the face and you're tackling it dead on, because what's the worst that can happen? Okay, nothing happens but new opportunities and new beginnings. Okay, leaving away from the chapter that you're leaving from. You know a lot more now, so you have to kind of understand that this is going to kind of be something that you continue to have to throw yourself into. So don't push yourself away from the urges that you have to move towards your nudges, especially as it pertains to your dreams and things. Like I was saying, this is definitely somebody who has this big plan that is kind of just spooking them out right now. And you just kind of need to take it day by day, step by step. But definitely, I see you coming out at the end of that 90 days a little bit more prosperous. Now, I don't know if this is, oh, well, yeah, you have freaking employment change over here. I forgot about that for a second. Somebody's definitely changing jobs. If not, they're getting a raise or something like that, or a promotion. So this is definitely something that I kind of see for you, group 2, coming out at the end, because you're really feeling yourself then. This may be why you don't need to buy clothes. Don't make any risky purchases and things. I feel like for some of you want to go make redo everything with the universe there and kind of just buy things right now. But it's just because you're in this mental state and you're just doing things that are kind of like all over the place. But maybe you're going to need a certain type of wardrobe that you don't have for this job. So this is where you need to start looking at suits and dresses and things that might be, if you want to upgrade, or if you're looking for something more this or that, try to look for things that kind of mimic that, and then it will put you kind of into that feeling. So start looking at those things and planning for that time. And yeah, rightfully so, because organize for success. Start to get ready for it. Start to get ready for this moment to come in and for more things to come, because something big is further down the line. I feel like, for example, I feel like for you, for this is not, I know I'm saying 90 days, but I feel like you have a choice in the matter towards the middle of if you want to stay stuck in this mode or if you want to move forward. So it could prolong this way down the line. I see this is whenever you can kind of come out of this phase, because it's already, the energy is already there, but there's just another one that you just have to conquer. So it's saying you have to kind of organize yourself a little bit more for this, the mental space, the energy space, to be able to facilitate whatever this is coming in, okay? And then it says, do not let the word organize intimidate you, as it's a simple way for you to ensure clarity of purpose. You see what I'm saying? You see, it comes in when you organize it. Organize your thoughts, your reports, your living and workspace, and your finances will help you know and plan your next action steps. That's exactly what I said. And you take this right here, when this is what I'm saying with this. Don't use this time to be all, I'm not going to look into my accounts, I'm not going to check out this, I don't want to know, I don't want to know. Do not use this space and time to do that, okay? You need to start thinking like a business person. You want to be an entrepreneur, you need to start thinking like that. And it doesn't happen overnight. You can't just pop up one day and you're just going to be this. This is where it takes time to develop into being that, okay? This person started out with one of these pentacles. Now she has 8, okay? 8. Why do I keep saying 8? Now she has 9. I'm sitting here looking at 9 and I keep saying 8. Okay, yes. But now this person has 9 because they've worked diligently and they were confident in themselves. Even before it became this, with this yellow right here, it's this confidence. And it's this full card with the confidence, the lack of it there. You see the lack of that confidence, okay? So you have to kind of energize that part of yourself to start to step back in to your story and be a little bit more present, so that you can take the opportunity when it comes to put yourself in this position, okay? And with that, I'm gonna I got so into the reading, I forgot I was gonna clarify a little bit. That's a good thing, right? It's really kind of intense for you guys. I feel not intense in like a bad way, but intense in like you got some things that are coming down the pipeline for you, and I want you to be in a place to be able to receive them, okay? So let's clarify the Fool in reverse, group 2. Fool in reverse for group 2. All right. We have the Daughter of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. We're going to clarify the Nine of Swords, The Father of Wands, you got a lot of fire energy right here. Fire. Let's see. Now, this comes out, and this is a third one, the Nine of Pentacles. And this is a fire card. I'm a trip. No, okay, it's the Empress right here. Okay. And I also, so you got the Empress in reverse on the Nine of Pentacles. And I just want to pull a card from the, what is this? The Work Your Light Oracle. Birthing a New Age. And that's kind of what I feel like is happening. But it requires that chance, that leap. I think this is someone who has successfully completed a leap. Okay, they've jumped into this unknown. They've jumped off of this cliff. They've taken this chance to do things differently, to think a little bit differently, to move a little bit differently with what they know. They've taken action on their plans, on their dreams, on their goals. They didn't listen to what other people tried to put in their minds and their heads and to put in their subconscious. And they didn't rely on their subconscious programming to keep them away from where it is that they want to go, okay? And reading that, it says, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into reality. You have the power to be able to create out of this whatever you want to create out of this, okay? And this is just like, I got a feeling here with the Universe card, with the Birthing a New Age, and with the Fool card. There's a need for me to talk about how the Big Bang works. And when the Big Bang happened, that's when all of creation was created. But over and over and over in time, it's going to implode again. And boom, it'll come out again. And it'll keep on contracting like a heartbeat, like us breathing. That's what the universe does. It takes an inhale, it takes an exhale. And that shows up every day. But you can look at it from a bigger lens to where it shows up way bigger than that. So this is I really just want to say, I've been saying this thing lately, you can't break the universe. So this is where if you do fall or you fail, guess what? It's automatically wired within us to be great and to be successful. So you'll kind of get yourself back in the routine some kind of way, okay? So it's just when you kind of know that this is what you're coming into knowing, you feel it, even if you haven't vocalized it yet. That's to know that what goes up must come down. These things work this way. And along with that, knowing that, you can also be rest assured if in life there have been moments where you could not create this reality, that things are changing around, okay? Because with the Empress here, I see there have been times in the past where you've kind of felt stuck, where you felt like you weren't able to be in a position like this. I kind of feel like it's like you felt like other people deserved it, but it's just because you lack the confidence spiritually to believe that could be a reality for yourself. That's why that organized is for success is here, because it can't just be dumped on you tomorrow. You have to create the space so you can facilitate it. It's like moving. It's like you have to plan the boxes being delivered, and it's like a big thing. It's not just like a simple wham, here you go, because you wouldn't know what to do with it if it happened that way. So yeah, I definitely see that there. The Daughter of the Wands with the Fool card. This is just where you are not afraid to get out there. You are very charismatic. You're taking it a little bit lightly. This is to say, take more of a chance or a risk. But make it playful and make it fun. Make it adventurous. Like make it warm. Make it something like, something that makes your heart melt. This is, make it what you want it to be in your heart of hearts. You have the ability to be able to do that and to make whatever this thing is into that. You can take it wherever you want to take it. You want it to be billion-dollar industry. Guess what? You can do that. You want it to just be mom and pop. You can do that as well. Okay. But this is saying that you have the opportunity. Here is the one. Just don't be afraid of that power so much that you just kind of get like in analysis paralysis where you don't make any moves. And also another thing is this is where the Father of Wands is here. This is where I see you kind of I see you being a little bit bossy in these next 90 days. Very, very people don't know how to expect when you're going to strike. So make sure that you're not being snappy or snippy with people, especially people that could help you, people you don't see the point of kind of acting like that with. Because I think that there's going to be someone that as you check on these things, that you have allies. In some of these situations, it wasn't as bad as you thought if you start to do the work. But I feel as though if you go about it with this attitude, with like this very at-your-face aggressive attitude, you might mess up some of it. It'll be a little bit harder for you to kind of do that. So don't go into this with aggression. Go into this being very, very lighthearted with the Daughter of Wands, okay? That's what I feel there. I feel like towards the beginning of the month, towards the beginning of the 90 days, don't make any risky decisions. Don't just kind of like throw your money out there. Please be careful about gambling and taking chances. If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. Don't fall for any get rich quick schemes or anything like that. It wouldn't be a good time to take a risk on an investment in the first 30 days. I feel like the second 30 days, there's this big opportunity to get in there and to kind of take care of some of your problems. So don't miss the window, because it'll show itself and present itself. Maybe it comes in the form of someone coming in to actually help you, maybe. There could be someone who could come in to help you. It could be a fire sign. We could be like a Sag, a Leo, an Aries, someone who kind of steps in to help you get a little bit more organized. But you have to be willing to admit that you need help or admit that you need it. I kind of see that there. So make sure that you need that, because this is all happening in the dark to this person. So if it's some things financially, like I feel like for some of you with a husband or a boyfriend, I'm saying this specifically because are your spouse or your significant other, you're hiding the bills or like hiding the something, like you're paying for all the meals and the person doesn't know, and it's costing you a lot, or you're spending up something that they don't know you're spending. It's like something about that you kind of have to reveal this, whatever this financial thing is, to the person, to the people that it involves, so they can be able to have a say-so in it. And I think out of some kind of way out of that, they kind of help you to be able to have a little bit more control. Yeah, with the Empress being in reverse. Yeah, a little bit more control over your finances to help you get to where you need to be. But you have to be willing to admit it. I also will admit to that, be a little bit, I think that there's a need to be honest whenever you're interviewing or if you're doing anything like that. With someone like a potential employer or business partner, that you be kind of a little honest about where it is that you are in your life financially and where it is that you plan to be. I feel like you'll kind of get more, you'll kind of get a little bit more of what you want out of it if you're able to go into it with that type of honesty. But also too, that comes with this part of organizing. I feel like for some of you, there's a need to go and look up with this being right here, with the Fool being in reverse. Look, if you're applying for a job, look up what the salary is for that job. If you're doing this, look up what the price is. I keep on just getting this feeling, like I said, where and I don't know if this was the last reading or if this was this one, but where somebody is kind of maybe could be trying to get over with something like that, like an amount. I don't think I said it for this reading. I think I said it for the last one, but where they can kind of be getting over on some type of amount or something like that. Yeah, because I kind of see them looking at you like a piece of, like I can get over on this person. Okay, so don't let that actually be the case for you guys. So yeah, we're definitely going into something new. You just got to be able to push forward. So I would say just get with the program and just take the risk. Be playful about it and do it day by day, but have a general overall warm conversation with yourself and start to talk about what it is that you really deserve, what you want to see, and take the initiative to be able to tackle some of your financial problems and look into your credit and things like that if you haven't taken the time to do that. Oh, there's one more card that I wanted to pull here. I wanted to pull from the Oracle of the Unicorn deck. All right, let's see what we have here. Flow. So this goes with this Fool thing. If you feel that there's a need, it's time to take a jump, and you already know inside, this is what I was saying, that the universe will have your back, that it will be great, that it will be successful, that it will work. You already know that. It's time for you to just hop into that and to let the universe kind of do its part as well. You are in like a stream, and as long as you are understanding of this and paying and being present in this, then you are forever in that. So there's don't stop yourself up with the thoughts to where you can't make it to that point, because that's the only thing that's keeping you from being here. Your mind, your thought process, the things that you let linger, that you let fill up your headspace instead of just taking the charge or the action to clear it out. Okay. And not taking that opportunity. So if you've kind of been wondering why aren't things flowing, because you haven't jumped into this kind of like this next cycle. It says, find an easier path forward, surrender the outcome, release your expectations. It's not meant for you to know every single thing, okay? It's just meant to know that life is going to keep on giving you new things, and that's enough to understand that what goes up must come down. That's it, So that is what I have for you, Group 2. I hope that you guys really enjoyed this reading. Please comment below and let me know what goes on in the next 90 days for you guys money-wise, and I will be sure to comment back. I'm also available for private readings. My email and information are in the details down below. Thank you guys for watching. Bye-bye. Hi, guys. This is for you guys who picked Group 3. So if you picked this crystal right here, this will be the group for you. Now, I actually really, really like this. It's very cute, simple, but it's something very mysterious and very... I like this crystal. I don't even know. I was just saying this in the other video. I kind of forget the crystals' names, but I just like them in their energy. I probably have to sit down and look them up. I should probably do my crystals a lot better than that. But, I'm learning, guys. But anyway, let's go ahead and hop into the reading. The first thing that we have is grow, okay? So I definitely see your finances increasing over the next 90 days, or at least some opportunities opening up and kind of building momentum for you to be able to grow, or for your finances to be able to grow. I also have a feeling that there's going to be something here about you kind of allowing the universe to be able to do its part with the sun being here and to let it grow. Usually in my tarot cards, whenever there's a seed there, it's always someone kind of being a little bit impatient with with the growth process, but we'll get into it and see what it is. Overall, that's a good thing because you come out of it with some growth under your belt, okay? So first card we're going to pull is going to be what the problems can be, or what kind of things could be in our way in these next couple of months, next 90 days. Yep, this is totally with what I was saying, that being controlling over the way that it that it grows. It's like, I want it to grow today. It needs to, okay? Boom, so we have the Emperor right there for that. What things are going to be supporting us at this time? We have the Page of Pentacles right here. That seed, knowing that it's there, okay? The Page of Pentacles. And then what the conclusion is going to be, the Chariot. A couple of cards, take a divinely guided chance. Clearing debt. Gonna pull from the Work Your Light Oracle card. All right. Divine orchestration. So look, this, take a divinely guided chance, divine orchestrations, helpers in the subtle realms. Okay, I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to take one more card from the universe. So something like the way that I've been doing these, I kind of not pulled some of these extra cards out until the end, but something is telling me to do it for you so I can understand the whole picture, because I feel like it's something big, something major coming in for you. Especially with the Emperor here and the Chariot. Those are both two major arcana cards, and they kind of just have me thinking that so I feel like for you guys for these next 90 days, whenever you're getting this reading, you guys have already done it's exactly what I was saying. You guys have already done the work here to have whatever it is to grow, but there's this need, there's the love and the nurturing part is missing in you. So this is where you're like planning a plan. You're like, you need to grow. It needs to grow. It was exactly what I kind of was saying. This part of yourself that is kind of like a drill sergeant that kind of has to kind of take a chill back. And with the Chariot here, it's where we need that balance. This is where you need to kind of honor the femininity, your feminine side, which is taking care of yourself, which is being nurturing, which is being open to self-freedom of expression, and being open to abundance and growth and things like that. And sometimes when we come after a war, like the Emperor, who's just kind of conquer something, we're a little bit still in war mode, to where we're like, I have to fight. But the thing that's in your favor is the Page of Pentacles here. You already have the seed. So this is what the universe is saying. You have the idea. It's not going to go anywhere. Just let it. Don't try to force it to grow. Let it organically happen. So let things at this time organically happen. Like I said, you have to take a divinely guided chance, but you also have divine orchestration. So it's just like how you see here, like everybody is kind of like playing a role in this, and at this time. And you have to kind of be accepting of that being the case, okay? For some of you, I feel like for some of you, there's a debt or something like here that you guys might be looking at in the first 30 days of this, that you're going to have to kind of stand up for yourself for. This is where you're kind of going to okay, that's what I kind of feel. I kind of feel like there's something here where you don't like the service, or you don't really like the product, or you don't like what you pay for. Like, let's just say you're getting your tires done. You get your car fixed because you hear a squeaky noise or something weird, and then you get the car fixed, and then it still kind of sounds that way. Normally, I feel like this group of people wouldn't kind of care. They kind of would just deal with it. This is saying that you need to kind of start to stick up for yourself in those moments and say, I'm not paying for that if it's not fixed. I'm not doing that if it's not right. There needs to be a little bit more assertiveness as it pertains to things, if you want things to grow. Because what it is this: if you keep accepting subpar, accepting subpar, accepting some subpar, your standard never values. You have to change something to get a different result. And I think that you can't keep accepting just whatever it is that people give you, especially if it's something that you've kind of worked to get the money for. Like, you work very hard for what it is that you have. So you need to kind of just pay attention to that in terms of money, that you are not getting, like, you're not letting people think that you're not, get over on you with money. This is where people come in and they ask for favors and things like that, and you kind of know not to give that to them. Don't do it. I have this feeling like you're just kind of like in this clearing, it's like a clearing debts kind of thing. And I want to say that with it, I feel like for some of you, you could actually be working on this right now. And then you could be just taking the charge. I kind of see maybe taking charge over your finances, like looking to see where things go, like doing the research and things like that. You're kind of stepping into that a little bit, but I feel like you kind of can come in it really, really extreme. Like, don't cut off everything right away. Like, go through each thing. Just take the time to go through it. Like, don't do it. Just do the work, because there's some lesson in it for you to learn when you're not being an extreme and you're walking through it. Where you have to, like, don't just be like a one size fits all kind of thing. I kind of see that here. Like, nothing extra, no, just kind of, it's not going to be that simple. Sometimes it is a case-by-case thing, and the case-by-case thing is what helps you grow, because you're learning how to think on your feet, how to be active with those 4 little feet right there, being more grounded, you learn how to be more grounded in the moment and make more balanced decisions. Because look, this is how you're coming out with the Chariot. This is where that same energy that I feel from the Emperor here, where it's victorious, this is it more balanced, okay? And even if you look at the back, like, you kind of see the square behind it, it's kind of like you're changing like from this to this, but this is a lot more balanced, because you come out with it knowing your worth and knowing your value, and making better investments and better choices. With the clearing depths, it says your self-care involves removing the heavy burden of financial and emotional debts from your life. You already feel lighter and freer just by facing this topic and making it plans to clear present obligations and avoid future ones as well. So going in tow with this, just to even bring this back up and say with this is where I was saying, don't try to do too much, because you're already doing it if you're just considering it alone. Okay, so don't be too extreme. Don't go to 10. Keep it at about a 2 for right now, and let it gradually build itself up. There is a chance to be taken here. It's probably going to come towards the middle of the 90 days at about 60, because there's an investment, or there's an opportunity there, but it appears small. I think that you're going to feel really confident about whatever the investment is, but maybe other people around you, it could be like someone who's a little bit controlling or a little bit aggressive, maybe a father figure or someone in your life that can be that way, may kind of tell you that, what are you doing with making that much money? You should be doing this and this and that. And it'll kind of try to throw you off, but just be very confident about it, because I think that is whatever this divinely guided chance is. Because like I said, by the end of the 90 days, you're victorious in it. And I think that you gain so much from knowing that you can do a lot with a little, and that a lot can come out of a little bitty investment. And I think this is kind of giving you this total boost. But I think that it's something that's definitely gonna come to you, and you're gonna feel it, and you're definitely gonna connect with it, because it's working its way down. Even with this sun, I see it just kind of working its way down. And it says, take a divinely guided chance. All positive changes, successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar, but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities, okay? And I see, and maybe, I said that maybe this could be someone that kind of gives you a hard time about it. Maybe there is someone who kind of is a little bit drill sergeanty to you, that kind of helps you with an investment. They're gonna like maybe sit you down and say, look, I'm gonna help you get your money together. You need to do this, this, that, and this. Don't take offense to them when they do that. Don't take offense to, don't be aggressive with them when they kind of are like that with you. All right, they're just trying to help. And I think that maybe you do kind of need a little bit of a nudge, that's not so friendly, that'll kind of help you. This could be earth signs watching this one right here, because I feel like we're hard-headed. So we kind of need it like that sometimes. Clarify the Emperor. Why is the Emperor here? All right, that's the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands here on the Emperor. I'll get back to that in a second. This is the 8 of Pentacles. That's a good card to have, especially on the Page of Pentacles, okay? That's a good card to have, especially money talks, because, yeah. Let's see. We have the World card on the Chariot. Okay, yeah, good cards, good cards, good cards, good cards. So yeah, with the challenge, I said you have the Emperor to make sure that you're not being overly controlling of things. I think that you're don't allow fatigue and you being, you having done so, you're really far on it. It's like, don't mess it up now. That's kind of what I want to say. As far as you are in the journey, as much as you have put into it, that is not going to be forgotten by spirit. So everything that you've done, like sometimes we try to stay stuck in this, like, no, if I leave this way of thinking, if I allow things to flow, if I let spirit handle it, then what about all the things that I work for? Well, they may not matter, you know, but it doesn't mean that they're don't attach that to the energy that you're in, if that makes any sense. I know I'm kind of all over the place with this little last part that I'm trying to say about this, but don't attach the energy that you're in based on how can I translate that? Don't let your past affect how you mold your future. That's what I'm saying. Don't let this hold you back. Don't let everything you've been through hold you in this space, because you're just going to force it now because no one ever gave it to you. And I kind of feel like that, because the thing is here, when you go step by step, that is the work that you're doing on yourself. That is how you make a way for yourself when you work step by step and you earn it the right way. And it's not given to you and it doesn't come fast. So nothing comes without hard work and dedication. But there's something that that the universe wants you to see about starting off small and working with what you have. That's what it is. Working with what you have to get somewhere, and not sitting there expecting some magic, like a magic trick to come in and help you, and then kind of forcing your way through or being upset about it when it doesn't come through, because you're getting ready to go to some depth, a totally different place with the World card and the Chariot right here. Boom, boom. Coming through that threshold, crossing over to the other side. Everything finally makes sense. Going to a new level. And you got the Chariot here, the energy right here on the end. This is what you're coming out of the 90 days with. This is definitely something about taking some type of risk or chance, okay? This is definitely about whatever this opportunity is. It comes in the middle of these 90 days. You have to pay very, very close attention to it. If you're working on yourself, if you're tuning in with yourself, if you're checking in with yourself, you see how this web is here, you're going to catch it. You're going to get it. But if you're not doing the work to be there, and you're still kind of stuck in this energy where you're tired because you've ran the race and you've done everything, and you keep fighting. So you're tired, you know, and you're not making that connection with the moon right there, your intuition was telling you to go, then you probably won't be in a space to be able to receive that, okay? There's going to be some type of partnership that comes in that helps you with this. It could come in the form of an Aries or a Cancer. I see them it could be two of them. It could be both of them, two people coming in to kind of help you, or two options of, I think that you kind of have options of people that can help you. I kind of see that here. And I don't really think that it's anything wrong with either of the choices. I feel like with both of them, you're going to kind of learn something, but in a different way. So one of them is kind of like a little bit more drill sergeant. One of them is a little bit more more established, but it doesn't really matter what one you pick. You're still going to kind of end up at the same place. It's just the fact that you have to kind of go through. You need a pie made, like you need a a guru. You need a teacher. Okay. And I think that you're going to have to pick one. It doesn't matter which one you pick, but yeah, you're gonna have, there's gonna be something that you come into that you're gonna kind of need some help with knowing where to place it or where to put it in some kind of way. And it may not just even be a mentor, it may just be advice. You're gonna kind of have to be led to how to use that. Okay, so it could be like a lump sum of money or something like that, and that you invested and it becomes something, like if you do the right things with it. But what you do with it is going to definitely be determined of which of these energies you're in. If you're in that one where you're kind of working on yourself, or you're that one where you feel kind of busted and I don't have any more left, that's going to be what determines what the outcome of this situation is. So that is what I have for you guys money wise. Please put down at the bottom if this resonates, what's going on in your finances, or just a dollar sign emoji, anything, a smoke signal, something. Okay, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. I am available for personal readings, and that information will be down below. Thank you guys for watching. Bye bye.